broke this information about the boot that Bill Cosby was a Boule member. So what happened is two hypotheses. Number one, first of all, when the white man promises you a certain amount of money, every black person, he said, I'm gonna make extra super rich. It always comes with a certain sacrifice. Because I'll be damned, the day when his son died, it was almost like he knew it was coming. He expected it because he was smiling and shit. I said, this man here don't look like a man. The son just died a few hours ago. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't want to talk to nobody. Hell, you got people walking down the street, just regular stars, and nobody there don't want to talk to the damn media. All of a sudden, he was my hero, and he just was smiling, and then the next thing you know, he back at work real soon. Hell, when Sally Jester Raphael's daughter got killed, she took off work for damn near 2 months. Say, oh, damn that. I got to get my head straight. This man back in work in less than a week or in a week's time. You see what I'm saying? Then you know it was something funny about it, because what followed it was the whole thing about the girl that came up and said that he was her father. Now the key, and so my point is this also too. This is one thing about the white boy. Now here's Bill Clinton, for example. They have accused this man of everything in the world, and more than likely it's true. You know what I'm saying? He did try to get that girl and rape that girl or fill up that girl or whatever and try to get some. Well, you know, that's true. And all right. But he will not admit to nothing. That's one thing about the cracker. That's what I use, this cracker, and that's what I like about OJ. Not about killing somebody, but don't admit to them crackers that you beat her ass, even though you got bruises and all this shit. But no, you right, OJ. No, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Why? Because Bill Clinton and these crackers, they never admit to nothing. I remember one time that they had this thing go down. They had Joe Montana, the football star from San Francisco, and the same time they had my homeboy from South Carolina won the Heisman Trophy, George Rogers. And George Rogers, remember, he wrote a check with his name over it and gave it to the dope dealer. Now they had him good, and so my point is, you just don't say nothing. No, he's gonna go on and have a damn press conference telling white people that he's sorry. And why is it every nigga that get in trouble, they always have a press conference telling the white man that they're sorry? Whereas white people, they will give them, and they say, it wasn't me. I don't know what the hell you talking about. Now, Bill Clinton and his wife know. They said, I don't know what the hell you talking about. They got these people dead to rights, but they never say nothing. So my point is this here. Here it is, the white man, they got the judge already decided for your ass that this girl was lying. And then you're going to go on TV a week later and volunteer information about how you were screwing around with the mother? That ought to let you know. And so my point is, he had to give up something. Now, if you just check when it comes to Mike Tyson, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan had to give up his father. Oprah, hell, she's been ridiculed with scandals on crack. You know what I'm saying? Her boyfriend a faggot and all. Because the boyfriend was fucking Armstrong Williams, which is that you know this old nigga now. Every time they want to get somebody to go out against somebody, they'll get Armstrong Williams. See, I know Armstrong Williams. Armstrong Williams is like 20 miles from my hometown, Mullins. I grew up with that nigga. My brother, which is a year older than me, went to college with him. When I was at Benedict, they were at South Carolina State. And he got where he was by courting the most racist person to come out of South Carolina was Strong Thurman. And Armstrong Williams got where he was by riding the coattail of Strong Thurman. So he's been an Uncle Tom since he's been in college. You see what I'm saying? But Stedman and that whole thing, they had a little thing going down and all, and there was a whole lot of stuff that went down. So she's been catching ridicule also when she lost that weight that time. Them crackers were like, wait a minute, you don't go lose no weight. No, we deal with the black woman through an Aunt Jemima type entity. And even if you're skinny now, because the first Aunt Jemima woman was, well, I'm talking about the new modern was Whoopi Goldberg. Every time you see her, she made 4 movies with her taking care of white children. Clara's Heart, A Long Walk Home, this other movie called Karina, and the other movie where she was the guy from France. The guy from France. Gerard Depardieu, whatever his name is, I don't know that motherfucker name. Some wee motherfucker. Anyway, she was with him, and they was taking care of this little white boy called something. Anyway, she's always doing these Aunt Jemima roles. So now she's dying out, so the new one now is Alfred Woodard. She the new one now. She done did about 3 where she taking care of these people. Huh? Yeah, we know she married to a white person, but it's the image that they're trying to bring across. Plus also too, now this don't have nothing to do with a woman that's overweight, because the black woman is the only woman in the world that can be overweight and still be, and still look good. No other people can do that shit. You see what I'm saying? They can look good because most people, and most men accept them because they know their mama's overweight. And we, in our criteria, the motherfucker gotta have a big ass. So how big that is, that's based on, you know, whatever. Some people want it bigger than most. My point is this. But why is it, if you notice lately, they got to have that same Hattie McDaniels looking type black woman in all movies and stuff? If you notice, they got to have a heavy set black woman in there. Now, it doesn't have anything to do with weight, and we're not talking negative about weight. What we're talking about here is, it's an icon that they want to put on, and they do it subtle now with this heavy set type of black woman. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the new thing is now, if they got a fine black woman, she's got to be a lesbian. That's the new shit now. If you see the movie, this movie with, what's the fucking flying nun? Eye for an eye. Eye for an eye. The woman was a lesbian. You see what I'm saying? But they also had a fat woman around there. So they're doing certain things, and they're really denigrating sisters. That's the key now. They've always been doing it to black men, you know, as a thug thing, but that shit done got old. So now what they're doing is they're keying in on the black woman, real key now. She either got to be a lesbian, a shake dancer, a stripper, or whatever. Not saying that we don't have that in the community, not saying that nobody don't, but my point is this. If you're not going to put no black people in your main cast, then leave the fuck us out all the way. You see what I'm saying? Don't send a white man to prison in the movie, and when he get to prison, there's some black people in prison. Well, shit, it was unrealistic for you to not have them in the movie, so let it be unrealistic that we don't want a damn black person in the prison camp. So they do these things. Now, getting back to actual Bill Cosby. What is happening with Bill Cosby is, and as well as all of them, they got to give up something. So Michael Jackson, he had to give up something. You see what I'm saying? So now he's the laughing stock and pedophile. They say, no, let's get this right, a homosexual pedophile. That's what Saturday Night Live says. Every big person, they have to give up something. Now, Mike Tyson, what happened with Mike Tyson? Some brother called me and made a great observation, and he had gotten some information, because I don't want to take the credit for nothing that I didn't find out myself. Some brother called me and said that they had gotten some information, and he told me where he got the information from, that Mike Tyson, they had to take Mike Tyson to jail because they wanted to study Mike Tyson as being the strongest black man. Not so much as whether he can last 10 rounds, but because he got a knockout punch. You see what I'm saying? So what happened was that they took him to jail, and they literally operated on him and experimented on him so that they can somehow do some genetic material to get a strong, they say, well, listen, black people are the strongest on the earth. Right now, the most strongest living black man is Mike Tyson, is what they said. So they wanted to study him. So what happened is they constantly had to get him into prison. So the whole thing was a setup so they can biologically study Mike Tyson. Now, another thing also, too, about Bill Cosby is Bill Cosby named every last one of his children with the letter E, which is the second letter in the vowel, which, if you get the serious mystery, there's a whole section in here called the significance of the letter E. The significance of the letter E. Brother called me last Friday night. He said, I broke that Bill Cosby mystery. He said, go get the serious mystery and look. It's in the back of the fragments, and it's in the back of the appendage, and it's called The Meaning of the Letter E at Delphi. The second letter in the vowels, A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y. The second letter, the meaning of the letter E at Delphi, and also he's saying that second letter is like your double soul, or also Sirius A, and then there's Sirius B, which is number 2. Anyway, it's some interesting information in here, because now we understand that Bill Cosby knew something, because Bill Cosby was the first man to have a black television series. And right after him, Diane Carroll came with Julia Baker. So he's the first man, you know, with I Spy. Now, they don't hook you up, not unless they pick a certain person. So he was hooked up in all this shit from the get-go. Because, see, Pennsylvania and all that type of stuff, but he grew up in Philly and all that is heavily Masonic area. And so this was a doggone chicken come to roost where they had to call in the actual marker. You see what I'm saying? Plus, you got to look at this particular part, too. The third hypothesis is this. Number one, he was the person that's credited in making NBC number one. They'd never been number one in their life. Up until Bill Cosby came and they made him number one. And he had some clout over at NBC. And then he did, you know, the Different World and all this type of stuff. Then he jumps to CBS. Now, I'm not saying this is it, but you got to look at all these things, because that's just like jumping from York Rite to Scottish Rite, because all that shit is Masonic. You see, NBC is the peacock. The peacock is the symbol for AWAS. AWAS is the symbol for AWAS. It's also Oshun is the symbol for AWAS. Then he jumps to CBS, Columbia Broadcasting. No, what is it? Central? No, what is it? Columbia Broadcasting Station, which is the Eye of Heru, which is showing you that each one of these particular stations are Masonic organizations that rule the world. So when he jumped from one to the other, you see what I'm saying? And then what happened? 1 week he wins an award. What was it? Hemitt. You see what I'm saying? For a show. I said, what the fuck he get an Emmy for that show? That show ain't, you know, hell, people. I know the show can't be that damn good. You know what I'm saying? They gonna give the Emmy to this nigga? You know what I'm saying? They got shows that deserve, you know, black shows is better than that. But he won an Emmy. And a week later, his son gets killed. And they said that the doggone girl was naked up under her fur. Because as soon as it broke, because like I said, my sister now, she's working at Atlanta Journal now. You see what I'm saying? And she getting the full information. And she said if she just listened to what the actual, she works for the journalists. So she was just listening to what they said. They said, well, you know, she was naked up under that coat. You know damn well she had something to do with the shit. Now she gonna see the man killing him, get in the car and haul ass. Now here it is, you know this stuff is all set up and it's like a castration. Here it is, you ain't seen them damn pictures of Nicole with her head cut off or none of that shit to this day. Right? But here it is, the first day you see this man laying on the ground dead with blood all over his head. You understand what I'm saying? All that stuff was set up that particular way. And it's very interesting, but she was naked up under that coat, you see. And older woman, you know, like this and all, in her fur, naked. 47, and plus they also showed another black man with the white woman again. And this is the thing that goes all over the news.